Thank you very much, Mark, and good afternoon, everyone. From the Khalifa International Stadium, which has been in mothballs for 2 weeks since the Dutch beat the USA here in the round of 16. It's where England beat Iran, where Croatia beat Canada. All those sides have fallen by the wayside. But welcome to the 20th edition of the only World Cup match which no one really aspires to be playing in, and yet you can't play in it unless you've had an outstanding World Cup. And indeed they have. Groundbreaking in the case of Morocco. Continuing a wonderful run in the case of Croatia. And the Khalifa is full of expectation for what we hope will be a pressure-free, enjoyable game of football. But first, as always, whatever's at stake, the anthem, starting with that of Croatia.
And now, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem of Morocco.
والآن يرجى الاستمرار بالوقوف في حال القدرة لعزف النشيد الوطني للمغرب.
Well, the words to that Moroccan anthem were actually commissioned by the King of Morocco, King Hassan II, in 1970 for the World Cup finals of that year, the first time Morocco qualified for a World Cup finals. He wanted them to have words. It had previously been an anthem without any lyrics. Well, Croatia make 5 changes to the 11 which lost to Argentina in the semi-final at Lusail. Josip Stanisic and Josip Šutalo come into a back 3. Perisic will play left wing back. Kovacic and Modric start. Maja Orsic and Levaya get a chance. It's a 19th and last World Cup finals appearance for Luka Modric, and surely a last chance for Ivan Perisic to become his nation's top scorer in World Cups. He needs just one more goal to overhaul the great Davor Šuker. And the referee is Abdul Rahman Al Jassim from Qatar, whose only previous game at this World Cup was Wales' draw with the United States. But he did referee in this stadium 3 years ago when Liverpool beat the Brazilian club Flamengo to win the World Club Cup. And the VAR team is led by Julio Buchanan from Chile. It's the two captains, Modric and Ziyech, meet to perform the formalities. They met, of course, just 24 days ago, these two nations, in what was for each the opening game in Group F. Well, Morocco make 3 changes. No Mazraoui, Saïssou again, all of whom gambled on injuries and lost those gambles at various points of the semi-final against France. Adjad Allah starts at left-back. Siberian 18-year-old El Kanous come into midfield. No Unahi today. It's an international debut for Bilal El Kanous. The front 3 remains the same. Ziyech, En-Nesyri and Boufal. It's been a breakthrough tournament in many ways for African coaches. All the African nations were coached by coaches from those countries in this World Cup. The first time that had happened, and Walid Regragui, the coach of Morocco, seems to have broken through a glass ceiling here. So a bronze medal at stake. Croatia have been involved in this match before, back in 1998, their first ever World Cup. They finished 3rd, beating the Netherlands in the 3rd place match, having lost their semi-final to France. This, of course, is new ground for Morocco. To play 7 games in a World Cup finals is quite an achievement for anybody. So off we go, the 63rd game of the 2022 FIFA World Cup finals, with Croatia in the red and white checks from left to right in the first half against Morocco in the red and green, and Danny Murphy alongside me. Danny, these games can often be very different to what we've seen over the last month, because of course handbrakes can come off, pressure's lifted, players can go out and enjoy themselves, but there's fatigue as well involved, of course.
Yeah, different mindsets for different players and different teams. It's a great opportunity.
It's a half opportunity for Lovro Maia, who was sent scampering towards the Moroccan penalty area, well covered by El Yannick.
I was just going to say, it's a great opportunity for certain players to be putting themselves in the shot window still. Some of these Moroccan players, especially this World Cup, have been absolutely outstanding. And I saw in the tunnel before, there's a seriousness about the Moroccan side. There was definitely a togetherness before the game, a little meeting, a little huddle, and they'll want to go out on a win. They'll want to come 3rd. Croatia have kind of been there and done it, maybe not as important to them, but we'll see. As you said, it's sometimes the freedom of a game of less importance can help the spectacle.
Kramaric on the ball on the far side. This is Perisic in field to Mateo Kovacic, and now Luka Modric to pull the strings and dictate the tempo again for Croatia, as he's been doing for so many years. Lovro Maia. Kovacic to Gvardiol, who's had a really excellent World Cup. The cross is a decent one. It's headed away by Ashraf Dari. En-Nesyri is there. El Yannick. I was about to say calmly done, but my goodness me. Well, I was about to say calmly done, and then they almost unravelled completely, and Bono here has nearly put that in his own net.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy early on. Unlike Bono, he's had a wonderful tournament, gained many admirers along the way.
Well, certainly a very, very strange concession of a corner to Croatia. Lovro Maia is going to take, once the referee is happy with what's going on inside the penalty area. Abdulrahman Al Yassim having a little word with 1 or 2 of those players on the edge of the area in that huddle. It flashes behind Gvardiol and is not very effectively cleared. En-Nesyri back helping out. And the whistle has gone. And Ashraf Dari is in some pain. Well, a slightly chaotic start defensively for Morocco.
It was indeed.
Has to try and play dance, and she can't close the shot.
El Yamik. This is Yahya Atir Allah. Boufal. They went, of course, to great lengths to try to play Mazraoui and Aguerd and Saïs in that semi-final against France. Tony, do you think that with hindsight, perhaps the coach would think that he might have done differently, because one of them didn't make the starting 11, had to be replaced before the game even started, and the other two had gone pretty early on in the contest, and actually they looked a better side once they'd reverted back to their normal 4-3-3, albeit with the replacements.
I think he had to take the risk because of their quality and how much they'd given to get the team there. But as you said, it was phenomenal performance anyway, even after the problems they had early in the game. And for long periods, they outplayed France. Second half especially, they played through the lines, good possession, good confidence. It was an outstanding performance, can be very proud of.
Amrabat back into Ashraf Dari. Hakimi, scorer of that winning penalty in the dramatic shootout victory over Spain, with a little dink. And Yamik. Ashraf Dari to Ziyech, in field to Hakimi. That was a little bit short for Ziyech, who poked the ball forward but gave it away, and Amrabat has just fouled Kramaric. It's going to be a Croatian free kick. Modric and Maya standing over it. Marco Livaya is the big number 14 on the edge of the penalty area, being watched closely by Youssef En-Nesyri. It's Maya in towards Perisic. Perisic, it's a good header, it's a great goal. Gvardiol heads Croatia in front. Brilliantly worked set piece. Joško Gvardiol. Croatia lead by a goal to nil. He's had a great World Cup, this kid. And he's just headed them in front.
Brilliant. It's a really clever set play. What a header back then from Perisic, I think. Comes in that left-hand channel. They can't pick him out, and a brilliant finish from Gvardiol. If any player deserves a goal in this Croatian side, if this performance is this tournament, it's that man. What a header.
Fabulous diving header from Joško Gvardiol. Well, a year ago in the Euros, he became Croatia's youngest ever player at a tournament. He's just nodded in. Only his second international goal. Morocco have a free kick for that foul on El Khanous by the goal scorer.
So innovative, wasn't it?
Gvardiol nearly got himself booked before his name had even been announced on the PA system for scoring the goal. Ziyech with this free kick. And that's dangerous, and that's in! Ashraf Dari is equalised. But 2 goals in 2 minutes. With 2 headers from central defenders. Croatia 1, Morocco 1. Some start to this game.
Not as good a ball as the last one. I think it's Modric who flicks it on and they don't track the runner. Poor defending really from Croatia. Not the same innovation and creativity as their own, but what a response from Morocco.
Well, they were behind for all about a minute and a half. Croatia 1, Morocco 1. Ashraf Dari, the man who came into the starting lineup for the semi-final when Naya Fekir had to pull out before kick-off, nods in his first international goal. This could be a goal fest. Here come Croatia. Well, Orsic with the effort wide.
Yeah,
sometimes these games have been, over the years, you know, Danny, sometimes these games have been fantastic. And this has certainly started well.
Well, there's definitely a freedom you can play with, try things, not worry about mistakes so much. There's definitely a nice feel to this game at the beginning of it. Wide open spaces.
Hakimi with the forward ball. Hakim Ziyech is there. That's a very good ball as well. Buffon might go back into Sabiri. Does. Sabiri tries to spread it wide. Half cut out by Perisic. Ziyech settles for the Moroccan throw-in.
It's good passage of play from Morocco. They showed this against France. When their confidence is up, they can play through the lines and really get at you quickly.
Hakimi forward, cut out by Luka Modric. That's Kramaric giving it away to Ziyech. Hakimi in field, Ziyech. Bilal El Khanous. Ashraf Hakimi. Perisic with the chance to clear here for Croatia. A dramatic start in Doha. Not quite as dramatic as the start we had. I think it was 20 years ago when South Korea played Turkey in this game in the 2002 World Cup finals. Hakan Şükür scored the fastest ever goal in a World Cup in that game for Turkey after 11 seconds, but we'll take 2 in the first 9 minutes.
We will indeed. I'll tell you what was evident as well is the Croatian bench when they scored. I was doubting maybe it might not mean as much to them, but there was a huge celebration down there when they went 1-0 up.
Modric with the forward ball, neatly laid off into Lovro Majer. On it goes towards Stanisic. Stanisic with the ball into the box. Dari dealt with it. Croatian throw that. Taken by Josip Stanisic, the Bayern Munich defender. Luka Modric. Lovro Majer. Well, Perisic appreciated the attempt to find him, if not the actual execution from Guardiola.
Yeah, Perisic, even from fullback, is one of their few players who likes to run behind off the ball. Who's prepared to do it time and time again. don't really have a forward who gives them that penetration behind the back line, but he really likes to run in there, as he did for the goal off the set play.
It is actually a flat back for Croatia playing, isn't it, with Perisic as a left back, which is where he filled in, you may recall, in I think it was the semi-final when he ended up playing left back.
Well, you did predict this formation, Steve. I think it was everyone else that decided they were playing a 3, so
I did, actually. Thank you very much, I did. Then we got the official FIFA printout, which said 3-5-2, but...
what do they know?
What do they know, indeed. Here come Croatia, and driven over the top of the bar by Josip Stanisic. But very lively.
Well, it's another giveaway, isn't it? It's another turnover, because they're trying to play out. They're taking risks when they play out from the back, and that's inevitably going to cause more mistakes if you keep trying to do it. But it makes for a better game, better watch.
Perisic. Levaya with the ball in, almost found Kramaric. Ashraf Dari did really well with that. El Yamik with the clearance to Hakim Ziyech, had a little bit of pace on it. Ziyech has done well with it. Flipped up toward Boufal. Boufal lets it run. Sabiri. Amrabat. A little bit short that from Sofian Amrabat. Now there might be space. Orsic getting through the challenge. Levaya. Strong challenge by Hakimi. Corner kick to Croatia.
Concentrated well here, Hakimi.
Luka Modric is going to go and take this. He's going to leave a massive hole in Croatia's midfield when he does call it a day. No confirmation yet of when that will be, but he certainly won't play another World Cup. Not when he's 37 now.
Well, Madrid will have the same problem, trying to replace a player of that quality and class, durability. Incredible footballer. Never seems to miss a game.
Kovacic. Shutalo to Gvardiol, who scored Croatia's goal, equalised very quickly by Ashraf Dari. Gvardiol, cut out by Ziyech into En-Nesyri. It's a shame it hit Sabiri, it wasn't intended for him. Maya closed down very quickly by a combination of Amrabat and Sabiri. Bilal El Khanous with a nice turn.
He looks good, the 18-year-old,
He does, he plays in Belgium and Genk. And they've lost the ball in a dangerous position here. Boufal thought he was fouled. Kramaric can roll it to his left-hand side, and has. And this is a big chance and a big block. Orsic was denied. Perisic with the cross. Kramaric with the header, Bono behind it.
Although that was a mistake from Morocco, kind of summed up Croatia's attacking play. Doesn't quite have that incisiveness that you want. Took a long time to play the pass and played it a little bit behind him. It was poor from Kramaric. It's an overload there. You've got to make the most of it. Play in front of him. He touch out his feet and get a shot off.
It was actually Kramaric who blocked the shot as well from Orsic. Yeah. Ziyech. Ziyech's foul. We're just talking about El Khanous, the man making his debut for Morocco, Bilal El Khanous, 18 years old, plays in Belgium with Genk, born in Belgium, and Roberto Martinez, when he was still the Belgian manager, was reported to be trying to persuade him to stick with Belgium, having played for them at under-17 level. But he went with Morocco, and he's on the ball here. And that's a decent ball into Boufal.
Now, early impression's good. He's got tidy feet, confident on the ball, takes a lot of touches, demands it. Always good to see a teenager with that confidence, willingness to get on the ball and try and make things happen.
Kovacic, a couple of times looked in danger of losing that. And Stanisic almost did, but Schüttler is covering. Kovacic. Just behind Ivan Perisic from Modric. Well, they've outnumbered most of their opponents' supporters at this World Cup of Morocco. Ashraf Dari into Hakim Ziyech.
They've been great though, haven't they, Steve? We've been to a lot of games and they probably take the silver medal on supporters. I think Argentina probably just won that.
Yeah.
But they've added so much to the games I've been at with Morocco. It's amazing sight to see, with so much red around the stadium, so passionate about their football.
That's nicely popped off towards Yahya Atiat Allah. Hakim Ziyech. That's well defended. Ivan Perisic is under a bit of pressure from Sofiane Boufal. Maya. Gvardiol. Certainly the North African supporters at this tournament, because Tunisia fall into the same bracket, have been really memorable. I was lucky enough to be in with the Tunisian supporters when they beat France, which was a very significant result for that country, and boy did they enjoy that. That's agonizingly just popped up over the top of the head of Ivan Perisic. Hakimi. El Yamik for Bono. Yahya Atiat Allah. They could get Ziyech in here. Ziyech instead hasn't flown down that left touchline. He cut inside instead, and Sabiri ran into traffic. Join us tomorrow afternoon on BBC One at 10 to 2 when the build-up starts for the 2022 World Cup final. Gary and Alan joined by Rio and Pablo Zabaleta as Argentina take on France. That's 1:50 on BBC One. The World Cup final on the BBC. Schüttler. Kovacic. Gvardiol. Little deflection as Perisic tried to play it in, almost fell for Kramaric. Eljamic with what's not a very good clearance. Perisic with the cross, that's an even worse clearance. Lovren is onto it, finding Luka Modric. Modric twisting, turning, shooting. Bono spills and then just clawed it away from Marco Livaya. Only just.
Did well in the end, Bono. They're causing their own problems though, aren't they, Morocco? Give away at first and then a poor clearance from Atia Allah. Modric works the ball nicely onto his left foot. Gets a decent strike away and he spills it.
Modric, Lovren, Atia Allah. Ziyech didn't really give him an option down the line, but Maya has fouled the Moroccan left-back. This would have been a slightly nervous moment when it squirmed out of his grasp.
Did well on the reaction though, didn't he? Really quick. Starting to gain a bit of control, Croatia, in terms of possession the last 5 minutes.
That meeting at Al Bayt in the first round of group matches at this World Cup was the second between the two nations. The first was back in 1996 in Casablanca. Morocco came back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2. They had one player sent off, Croatia had two sent off. And here goes Lovren. Atia Allah covered well. Buffal. Free kick to Croatia. Foul on Josip Stanisic.
It was a good opportunity for Maya. Obviously not blessed with pace. Got caught really quickly from Atia Allah. Good recovery. But they are getting chances when they're getting these turnovers.
Well, that very, very clever early free kick saw Croatia take the lead. What will they do with this one? Lovren more conventionally in and headed up and over the top of the crossbar by Ivan Perisic. Sofian Amrabat getting the better of Kramaric. Atia Allah. Gvardiol. Must be so nice, as Croatia experienced in the, 7th or 8th minute of this game, when you worked on a set piece in training and then it comes off like that.
It's a great feeling. It's even better feeling if it's your idea. Otherwise you get the coach taking all the glory when you go in. Although you'd be surprised to know I didn't let too many of my coaches have too much input into the set plays I was taking.
Well, you had a pretty good success rate with just going for goal from set pieces, as I remember.
Yeah, I think actually, you know, it's great to see. I love innovation. I love players, whether it be their idea or coaches, doesn't really matter, coming up with different ideas to try and score goals in a different way. We don't see enough of it.
Modric. Kovacic, wide with a little layoff, dealt with by El Yamik into Sabiri, off to Ziyech. Achraf Hakimi to his right-hand side. Here is the Paris Saint-Germain man. Beautifully done. Ziyech back into Hakimi. En-Nesyri is in the middle. It's En-Nesyri! Well, it's not, because it's just behind him. But it might have been. It was beautifully played. Hakimi really whipped the cross, and it was bending away from En-Nesyri in the middle.
Beautiful link-up. Ziyech and Hakimi, we've seen that so many times in this tournament. There, he's just got to calm himself. Fizzes it across, too high, too quick. He's a wonderful player, Hakimi. That's probably one element where he could just improve a little bit, that final pass when he gets to the byline. Slow himself down just a little bit.
Kovacic, cut out by El Yamik. Ziyech, good challenge by Perisic. Mislav Orsic here. Perisic, Orsic. Offside flag has gone up on this near side. The referee acknowledges it and awards the free kick to Morocco.
To be fair to him, it did bobble up a bit as he's trying to whip it across, but even in the other games I've seen, gets himself in wonderful positions. No real weakness to his game. He's good one-on-one defending, can play out, links well down that right side. Just his crossing and his final ball at times.
That's the story of the first half hour, an entertaining half hour it's been. Goals from Gvardiol in the 7th and from Ashraf Dowry in the 9th. Just a minute and 49 seconds separated those two headers. Modric. Frustrated at the overhit pass, Mateo Kovacic. I was lucky enough to go to a North African Cup of Nations in Tunisia back in 2004. Walid Regragui was actually in the Moroccan side that were runners-up to the host Tunisia in that tournament. And I saw Morocco play Algeria, and to experience a North African derby was really something else. It was, I think it was a quarter-final. It was fierce on and off the pitch. They love their football. Here's Modric. Sabiri. Hakimi back into Sabiri, getting through Mateo Kovacic, which didn't seem likely. Here's Ziyech, bumping shoulders with Modric. Finding Sofiane Boufal. Boufal showing it to Lovro Maia, then trying to accelerate away. Atiat Allah infield to Bilal El Khanous. Boufal saw a little gap there, he's done well. Boufal might get it back from El Khanous, and it's well covered by Josip Schüttler. They think that should be a corner, and I must admit that was my first impression.
It was a corner, got it wrong.
Well, I think we can see from that reaction that they're not relaxed about the outcome of this game.
Exactly that. Good play, actually. El Khanous just overhits it a little bit. Gvardiol gets across, I think. Just see from here. Oh, no.
No.
There's a goal kick.
Yeah, great spot by the officials. Schüttler played it back onto the outstretched leg. Goal kick given, goal kick the right decision. Perisic, Kovacic, Modric. Given away by Şutalo to Sofyan Amrabat. Hakim Ziyech. Hakimi overlapping here. Had to make that challenge, and Joško Gvardiol doesn't often miss one he has to make.
Reads the game well, doesn't he? Anticipates the danger or the pass. Looks a tremendous prospect. I know Mr. Messi made him look a bit silly for 5 seconds, or 3 seconds. I think he's done that to many players over the years. Nothing to be ashamed of.
The back heel doesn't quite find Boufal from the confident Atiat Allah. Leipzig had tied up Gvardiol to a deal before the last European Championships, and the word is that they will take the money, which is certainly going to be offered them. They got themselves a good deal, Leipzig. I would imagine there'll be a hefty profit in that.
Yeah, he's a standout. He really is. Quick, reads the game, can pass, confident, good in the air. All the qualities you need. And plays with a maturity as well. Such a young man.
Free kick to Morocco here. Just edging toward the last 10 minutes of the first half of this World Cup third place playoff. In from Ziyech, decent ball it was too. Ivan Perisic used the flight of the ball and the pace of the cross to angle it away from danger. Hakimi's throw, Boufal, Hakimi. Şutalo this time behind for a Moroccan corner kick. Their first of the game.
Nice bit of skill, wasn't it, from Boufal? Whipped across by Hakimi.
And that'll be another corner. I dare say there are Southampton supporters scratching their heads who've watched this World Cup over the last month, saying, is that the same Sofyan Boufal? It certainly is.
I actually saw him a couple of times for Southampton. He looked a real threat, but not often enough.
Ziyech with this corner kick and the flashing header. Youssef En-Nesyri got the contact, but not quite the angle.
Yeah, it was whipped in with good pace. Needed someone taking a gamble on the back post there.
He is already Morocco's top scorer in World Cup football with 3 goals. This is his 8th match in World Cup on his CV. Kovacic away to Perisic. Mateo Kovacic. Yusuf Şutalo. Luka Modric. Joško Gvardiol. Great noise, really is.
Incredible that they came out in these numbers, considering it's the 3rd and 4th playoff. Just confirms the passion they've got for their football, as you said earlier. It's absolutely incredible.
Perisic just kept that in play. Hakimi has nudged it out for a throw. Oh, that's a lovely little flick from Oršić. Luka Modric pulling it back and cleared away by Jawad El Yamik. Not far enough, though, back in by Perisic. That's more like it from Ashraf Dari. Getting a bit more distance on it, Gvardiol, though. Kovacic. Lovro Mayer. Goal kick.
Two great bits of defending there. Although Modric got the cross in, it was stopped a little bit by Ziyech, tracking him back, just touched him as it went in. And then Boufal on this side, then tracking his runner. Great desire to get back and do the hard work, even in a game like this. Good to see.
Boufal with the header, and Nesiri. Boufal to collect. El Kanous. Sabiri. Hakimi. Perisic with him. Ziyech in support, being closed down by Orsic, but he's got away from him. Hakim Ziyech here for Morocco. Cutting inside Modric beautifully, and then a bit of a bobbler off his left boot. Good play there by Hakim Ziyech. He's had a troubled season at Chelsea, not played a lot.
Great feat, wasn't it? Chopping, decides to have a go. It's quite a long way out, but he's capable. We've seen it before. He strikes a lovely ball. He's got great technique.
Scored a gift of a goal, really, in Morocco's victory over Canada. Shutalo for Gvardiol. Perisic. Strangely running the ball out of play. Orsic rather, not Perisic.
You think it would have to be on the mind of Perisic, wouldn't you, the goal record?
Yeah.
I know he's an unselfish player, but what an achievement that would be for him when he's been put at left back.
Yes,
I wonder if when he saw the team sheet, he thought, oh, come on. We might see him venture in second half, don't you think?
Well, it's a possibility. Or we might see Borna Sosa come on and Perisic get the opportunity to play further up the pitch. I mean, if you beat a record set by Davor Shuker, then you're doing something right, because he knew how to score a goal.
He did indeed.
That's a great ball forward by Gvardiol. Nicely held up. Livaya on the turn. Mayer helps it on. Stanisic looking for the angle, couldn't find it. Lovro Mayer took too long to get it onto his left boot. Collected by Kovacic, though. Livaya. And it's in off the inside of the post. Mislav Orsic with a great goal. Croatia lead again. Just out of reach of Bono and in off the inside of the Moroccan post. Mislav Orsic for Croatia.
Well, he turns down the chance to shoot here. Stanisic. Then Mayer miscontrols it. They give it away on the edge of the box. This is absolutely exquisite. Has to be perfect.
Oh, that's an absolute beauty.
Stunning goal.
That's an absolute peach from Mislav Orsic of Dinamo Zagreb. His only previous international goal was in the round of 16 at the European Championship last year in a defeat to Spain. That's a cracker.
I mean, it has to be perfect. The goalkeeper's position. Got to get it over him. Precision has to be right.
Scored a hat-trick against Spurs in the Europa League last year, scored against West Ham in the Europa League last season, and against Chelsea in the Champions League this season. He's got a pedigree, the man from Dinamo Zagreb. It's a little bit careless from Oršić, though, but he's bailed out by Perisic, who very cleanly won the ball from Hakim Ziyech and plays it into Livaya. Livaya trying to get away from Ashraf Dari. Ball is just gone out of play. It is going to be a goal kick.
Just before the goal, actually, it was another giveaway from Morocco on the edge of the box. They'd won the ball back. Sloppy, they've been a little bit sloppy at times on the edge of their own box. Got caught out a few times.
Well, they've come back once, and they did it very quickly. They're going to have to crack on if they're going to come back before half-time. I think we're going to have a minimum of 2 added minutes. Yes, we are. Oršić losing the ball to Hakimi. Well, Croatia have scored 2 super goals here. Hakimi. Ziyech looking for En-Nesyri. Gvardiol's header, En-Nesyri's off after it. Livakovic read that very quickly. He's been one of the goalkeepers of the tournament. World Cup final 4 years ago. Was only his 14th game in charge of Croatia, Zlatko Dalic. They'll be involved in qualifying for the European Championships of 2024 with Wales, Croatia, amongst others, obviously, Armenia, Turkey and Latvia in that group.
It'll be interesting to see if Luka Modric decides he's got one more tournament in him.
That's deflected, and Bono has it. Well, certainly that's what Jurgen was saying, wasn't he, in the studio just before kickoff, that he hopes he has. And actually, you know, 18 months absolutely flies by, and that's all we are away from the European Championship. Morocco have another defensive injury here. Ashraf Dari has gone down. They've really struggled with injuries to their central defenders in this tournament. Aged and Saiss missing today, along with Masraoui. Well, treatment will go on for Dari at half-time because the referee from Qatar has blown his whistle. Great first 45 minutes, really enjoyable stuff. Joško Gvardiol with a header after a clever free kick for Croatia after 7 minutes. Ashraf Dari with the equaliser just 1 minute and 49 seconds later. And then a beauty in off the post from Mislav Oršić, putting Croatia back in front. Half-time at the Khalifa. It's Croatia 2, it's Morocco 1.
Thank you very much, Steve and Danny. Steve said, great. That's exactly what we wanted.
Exactly what we wanted, and no one can question that this game doesn't mean anything to either of these teams, because both of them started with such a tempo. The whole half has been at a great tempo, with Croatia changing their formation more to a 4-4-2, and Morocco's movement off the ball to try and open Croatia's midfield up and spread it. And when they're getting on the ball, the changes of point, but it's given us everything so
You said it was going to be boring before, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't. said we don't.
Did, actually.
Are you two all right?
Alex, we've had a month together, right? It's
been a long month.
It's been a long. You tell me, Jürgen, it's been a long month. What has also helped is the atmosphere's been fantastic.
Fantastic
well. I mean, we've
atmosphere.
had
The
some
fans, both sides, Croatia and Moroccan fans. It's a festival, and the game gives you everything that we were looking forward to. I mean, great goals. Great matchups. If you just look at Perisic for Ziyech, behind is Hakimi, the partnership Hakimi-Ziyech. It's fun to watch.
We've seen 2 or 3 clever free kicks. This Dutch scored a great free kick, didn't they, in the game against Argentina? And we saw another one again, so take us through it, Skip.
I think this is the best one, actually. I think this is there's so much going in. I was mesmerised by the way the setup, and you'll see it here. They've got 2 players wide, which the Moroccan defence don't know what to do, Kramaric and Orsic, which then leaves this space for Perisic to run into. But before that, Modric looks like he's going to play it, but it's Maya who does it, and Guardiola is there to get the goal. And if you just look, because of the movement, the Morocco defence has to drop, which is keeping everybody onside, which then leaves space in the middle of the goal. And it was a wonderfully worked. And who had Guardiola in their team in the tournament?
Yeah,
of course we did, Alex. I mean, was it nothing less expected, but beautifully worked goal, and it got the game off to a real good tempo.
I think the thing in all set pieces, what the most important thing is the second phase. And you can see, I think it's Amrabat in there. The ball goes over and he's already looking and your man's already gone. And by the time you react, it's too late. So your initial reaction is, as soon as the ball goes over your head, you have to try and drop and get into a space.
Also, as Danny said in commentary, as a coach, when something like that comes off,
I mean, you're just celebrating. You're just so happy, you know, because you try it out and everything needs to happen in perfection. I mean, from crossing the ball over to flicking it on to have that run from Guardiola to finish it off. And obviously the other side from our coach is the nightmare, because if you're only ball watching and kind of the other ones make the runs and you're on the other side of it, meaning the Moroccan team, then you're just under shock. This is really happening. And so it was then the opposite going into the next goal, you know, the equalizer.
Yeah, because they weren't behind for very long, and the man who created the first one inadvertently set up this one.
Mayer with the assist right there. Look, his hands on his head. He's thinking, I can't believe it. Literally, within seconds they go down the other end. And this just shows once again how important set plays are when it comes to World Cups. But once again, we're talking about ball watching and letting your player run into a space. And by the time the player's in there, it's too late.
Yeah, you cannot react then anymore. You know, that they take their positions, and if you're not in the right spot, then if you don't read the ball far ahead, you know, then you're just gonna watch them putting the ball in the back of the net. So
I get, but I'm also getting from a defender's point of view, Micah, it's a split-second reaction, and if the ball is deflected up, that sort of split second where you're not expecting it to do that.
Yeah, of course as well, and that's why you see so many zonal nowadays as well, because you just make sure you run back in your zone. So the way that you're expected to push up, as soon as that head goes, you're like, oh, they're running that way, you're running that way, and it's hard to get back then, and that's why.
But the problem is that you always think the other, your body takes care of it, you know, in the zonal.
Yes.
So, and that's where we saw a lot of teams now in this World Cup going back to man against man marking.
But if you see Perisic's position, Perisic was holding his area, no one's coming through here, and he forgot what was on his shoulder, create the space.
At the time, there was a slight debate in the studio about whether he meant this goal. Are we all agreed now that Orsic very much meant this?
Let's ask the striker. Let's ask the striker.
Jürgen, he meant it.
No, he meant it. It's an absolute beauty. For the first moment, I thought maybe it's a cross. They tried to cross it. But obviously here it's great how they win the ball back, Croatia, right there in the final third. And I think he meant it. It's a beauty.
No.
Yeah, it's a beauty by all six.
Because he didn't even look, he knew what he wanted to execute there, and it's just exquisite. The technique and the finish on that. I don't know if we've pressured you into making, like said, that is, he meant it, Jürgen.
Yeah, I felt a little bit sorry for Bono, the goalkeeper, because he stretched all the way, and he's a very tall kid, obviously. Oof. But he was there with his fingertips, but it didn't.
Oof. I mean, you can watch replay after replay of that. There's so even better when it goes in off a post or in off a bar, isn't it?
Especially with the keeper's fingertips as well, then onto the post, delightful watching.
We saw Morocco against France, and they did create opportunities against France in the semi-final, and they just didn't take them. And we've seen something similar at times this afternoon.
Yeah, I think you're always going to get that quality with Ziyech. He has been fantastic in this tournament as well, and Hakimi going on that wide role as well. It's just about, can he pick someone out? I actually think the striker runs a little bit too fast. I think he should hold his run a little bit more. But in terms of what they created, they know that they're good enough to play at this level now, which is brilliant. I was talking about a corner there, and Enesir has been a threat up front. But just huffing and puffing. I think they'll get another one in the second half, though.
I think what they've shown again today, displayed, is the confidence on the ball and knowing that whoever they're up against, that they're able, their technicians, the number of talents that they've got in that team. And I think, like you said, it's just that end product now, that final bit.
Right, it is, of course, the World Cup final tomorrow, and we hope that you can join us. Argentina and France both attempting to win it for a third time.
Europe, the festival of attacking football.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
France, Argentina in the 2022 World Cup final.
So please join us for that, and also to get you in the mood for tomorrow. A couple of documentaries still on the iPlayer if you want to watch them, on Messi and also how to win the World Cup. And this year's Sports Personality is on Wednesday evening on BBC One.
Hope you're ready for action. Ready? Go.
I know for sure you used to be a crime reporter in Japan. Why?
Can I ask you about dating?
I'm all out of ideas, Louis, if I'm honest.
All new to watch now on BBC iPlayer.
And just before the second half kicks off, we're going to reflect now on the fan experience at this World Cup. And if you wanted a true sense of the tournament, you needed to get on the metro.
Metro! Metro!
We've been to a bunch of different World Cups, and it's really fun to see all the fans traveling to the games and cheering on their countries.
It's a very, very good place to meet football fans, especially when matches ends and people come out of the stadium. They come here and start to sing like songs of their national team.
We are starting supporting our team from here into the stadiums.
Everyone has a really good vibe. They love the music. The people here in Qatar is so happy, so friendly.
Because it's all held in one city, it's a good place for everyone that's treated in one place.
It's a party atmosphere, it's a carnival atmosphere. The craziest fans.
Morocco.
Who are crazy? Saudi Arabia.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the Brazilians are the noisiest.
The French yesterday were pretty loud after they won.
People from Argentina and Mexico were crazy.
We're all here for one thing, for the football, and I think that's the main thing.
And amongst all of those groups of fans, it is Morocco's who've made one of the greatest impressions. This is their story.
Whenever you'd watch a match, the stadium would be literally shaking.
It's as if we play at home. We're the underdog.
We are Lions. We don't give up.
Football have been a very big part of Morocco since forever.
We're very patriotic people. The national anthem is a very sacred thing, and we get literal goosebumps whenever we hear the national anthem. I think it's safe to say that the Moroccan fans are the best in the world.
Moroccan fans are incredible.
We are very proud as a nation.
We're super proud that the whole world is watching us.
For the World Cup to be taking place in an Arabic country is a pride.
It's going to change a lot of things in Arabic world, trust me.
Nobody believed that an African country could ever accomplish what Morocco just did.
So it's historical.
And to go this far.
This will never be forgotten.
And I think Morocco is giving an example. A lot of African, Arab countries, a lot of small countries will start to believe in themselves.
I'm proud of the team, proud of the coach.
You know, Morocco would really love to host the World Cup.
Only be the beginning. Only be the beginning of much more to come.
It's something that we're going to tell our kids and our grandkids. Amazing to tell as a story.
We heard a fan there, Alex, say, you know, this is going to change things. And we won't know until the next tournament and so on and so forth. But the platform is there for it to change things.
It really is. And just seeing that, it's a reminder of how beautiful this sport can be to every young boy and girl growing up. Like, this Moroccan team has epitomised absolutely everything, playing with heart, what the shirt means and connecting people. And I think what they've also reminded us is, I think sometimes in the UK, we get caught in a European bubble. Well, I think this tournament has shown us football's always, it's more than that. And this Moroccan team, like the woman said in the VT, it's historic, and I hope it now continues.
And a Moroccan journalist said to me before the semi-final, this isn't just about the belief it puts in Morocco, it's about the belief it puts in other countries in the future who have believed maybe that they don't have a chance at these tournaments, wherever they are in the world.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest maybe wish or the dream of Qatar, but also the Arab world, that one team breaks through and shows the world that they are capable to compete on the world stage. And with Morocco, the story of Morocco is unique, but also Tunisia. You know, you found some surprising moments in this World Cup where you never expected. So this is a huge boost for the Arab world as an entire kind of from an entire perspective.
And the fans as well. The fans have been the best.
Fantastic.
Argentinian fans have been great, but I think the Morocco fans have just took it to the next level.
Well, it would have been a hugely poorer tournament.
Without.
I mean, you go to some all-European games and the atmospheres have been absolutely terrible. I mean, England-France was an awful atmosphere.
Well, when we did the radio, we were taking off our earphones to see the atmosphere, and sometimes it's been flat. You take it off with Morocco, and they've been amazing. They've absolutely set the tournament alight, and long may it continue. Let's hope this is the start of something special.
They're behind at the break, but they have 45 minutes to try and turn this around. That man 45 minutes away from a third place finish. Croatia 2-1 to the good. Let's return to Danny Murphy and Steve Wilson.
Yes, thank you very much, Mark. 2-1 Croatia lead, and Morocco are making a change, and that young man is a familiar face in Shepherd's Bush and thereabouts, because this is what Queen's Park Rangers fans would tell you is Ilias Chair. We are given by FIFA a video of all 832 players at this World Cup pronouncing their names. He says it, Ilias Chair, and that's what we'll be calling him. I say that with some trepidation, Dan.
Chair would have been so much easier, wouldn't it?
It would. Well, I'm not saying it's hard to say, because it isn't really. It's Shair. But, but Rangers fans, I know. You call him Ilias Chair. He calls himself Ilias Chair. Anyway, he's on, and Abdelhamid Sabiri is off.
Looks like he's actually come to this right side. Ziyech has gone a bit more central, trying to influence the game, I would imagine. Sabiri didn't offer too much in that first half.
Ashraf Dari has obviously had treatment at half-time and has come out for the start of the second half, the central defender. Croatia have made no changes. Gvardiol. Luka Modric is fouled by Ziyech in that slightly more central position. A free kick which is delivered by Luka Modric. Orsic, scorer of that goal, goes again! Offside netting this time. Took a deflection on its way. Well, why not when you've scored one? Have a pop.
Well, he's given far too much room and space, isn't he? For a man of his quality. Cuts inside too easily, doesn't have to do too much to find that space.
He was on target before it came off the back of Jawad El Yamik. Croatia's corner. Modric with the delivery, firmly headed away, but that's straight out of play for another corner to the Europeans. The only time a non-European or South American side has been involved in this third place playoff match was South Korea as co-hosts 20 years ago. Orsic forward. Ashraf Dari with the clearing header, and Naziri getting there just ahead of Marco Livaya. And this is Hakimi finding himself on the left-hand side for Morocco. Being hustled and harried by Josko Gvardiol. He finds Sofian Amrabat. Boufal. Ziyech. That's a good ball. That's a shame, because it was well spotted, and Atiat Allah couldn't quite control it. It was onside, I think.
It was a good move from one side to the other. Shows you why Ziyech's been moved into the middle, because he's got that wonderful touch and vision. Get him on the ball a bit more often.
It's a 4-1-4-1 now, isn't it, Morocco? Gvardiol, Kovacic, Livakovic. That's Amrabat. And Naziri. Orsic just beaten to it and crowded out of it. If it's a draw at the end of 90 minutes, by the way, there will be extra time and a penalty shootout if required. Normal rules apply, even though it's a slightly abnormal game. Enjoyable game.
Not sure too many of the players would want to go extra time and penalties, to be honest. Certainly a lot of club managers probably sitting at home who are in charge of these players thinking no.
Ashraf Dari with the header for Morocco. Ziyech. Amrabat. Hakim Ziyech, I guess the feeling is he can influence the game much more from that position.
Yeah, he can. He's got wonderful vision. And when he's on it, he can open you up from these type of places with that vision. Sometimes when you play out wide, you're relying on the ball, relying on other people getting you the ball.
Nice interchange between Ziyech and Ashraf Hakimi. Tied it up by Ivan Perisic. Lovren Mayer to Luka Modric. Modric away to Stanisic, who's already made about 40-50 metres. Perisic will go and chase this and reach this. Ivan Perisic for Croatia. Mislav Orsic into Lovro Majer. Whipped in, and a little touch from Marko Livaja diverted it wide of the post. That was well worked.
Was well worked. Whipped in with great pace from Majer.
Should have been a corner.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Oh, Hakimi. Well, he was just giving it everything he had to stay on his feet, because there might have been something on for Morocco if he had. Free kick is awarded. Orsic it was, who just caught his heel. Amrabat. Clip toward En-Nesyri. He's taking it nicely on his chest. Perisic read that beautifully. That's what comes of years and years of top level experience.
Indeed, concentration, follow the runner, patience. It was a good ball from Boufal actually into En-Nesyri.
Scored, of course, in the semi-final and final of the last World Cup, Ivan Perisic. Kramaric. Kovacic. Modric. Gvardiol. Perisic with a good ball inside. Kovacic might fall to Lovro Majer. Bono came. No one there for Croatia in the middle. Majer put it into an excellent area.
It's gone out.
It is going to be a corner.
It's one of their best moves of the game, Croatia, actually. Nice and patient. Great little passes. Interchange on the edge of the box. A little bit fortunate there, but there's nobody committing to get on the end of the cross. But good play from Croatia.
Kramaric was nearest, but not near enough. El Yamek is the man the referee from Qatar is having a word with. Played short to Majer. Played deep toward the back post, where it was completely mishit by Marko Livaja, and then lofted miles over the top of the Moroccan crossbar. Livaja's hurt himself.
It's a really good ball in. Majer whipped into a really good area. I don't know if they got in each other's way there.
Jawad El Yamek with the forward ball towards Youssef En-Nesyri. Morocco are about to bring on Azzedine Ounahi, but they've got some defending to do first, with Kramaric cutting inside and actually twisting himself almost into the ground, corkscrew style, as he tried to cut back inside Yahya Atiat Allah. And here is the Moroccan change. Azzedine Ounahi is replacing Bilal El Kanous. The teenager had an excellent first half international debut. He can be very pleased with that. It'll be experience that will stand him in good stead. But on comes one of the players of this tournament, Ounahi.
Yeah, been a revelation. His performances have just got better and better as the tournament's gone on. Has everything he needs to be a top midfielder, comfortable on the ball. Great energy and fitness. Can dribble with it as well. Just demands the ball off the Moroccan players all the time. He's had the last 2 games I've seen him, he's been absolutely terrific.
El Yamik for Amrabat. Ashraf Dari. Ten minutes of the second half have been played. It's still Croatia with this slender lead. Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech taking on Orsic. He's done well. Hakimi seemed to have it under control, and then it just got away from him.
Yeah, just delayed his decision, caught in 2 minds there, Hakimi.
And then he's given it away to Marco Livaya. Lovro Mayer was tripped. The referee's having another word with El Yamik here. Extraordinary, really, to think that Croatia have only had a national team, only been in existence for around about 3 decades. Kramaric with a little layoff. Now, if Kramaric is onside, they might be in business. Well, they're not, because Lovro Mayer didn't really make any attempt to get himself into the penalty area, and the flag went up anyway.
He's gone down in the corner.
It's Kramaric over on the far side who is down, out of your picture. There he is. Modric. Elias Shahi. Sofiane Boufal. Boufal out to Ashraf Hakimi. Ziyech. Almost given back to Ziyech. Amrabat in typical Amrabat style, snuffing out Lovro Mayer. Kramaric is down inside the centre circle. Croatia would quite like play to stop.
Well, if he could walk to there from the corner flag, he could have walked off the pitch. So there's no need to put the ball out.
Boufal skipping away from Luka Modric. Kovacic in front of him. Atiat Allah. Gvardiol. Ziyech. Atiat Allah tried to sneak in around the back. It's going to be a Moroccan corner kick. And the break in play now will allow the medical people on for Andrej Kramaric. Croatians felt that should have happened some time ago. That's where he hurt himself, delivering that cross. He was in an offside position anyway, Danny. Now that's where you say, if the referee's assistant knows he's offside, which he did because he put up the flag later, had he just put it up, then this injury might never have happened.
Yeah, it's the guidelines they're given, isn't it, in case they get it wrong. So, but he was 2 or 3 yards. It was an easy one, wasn't it? Here's the early goal for Croatia, that wonderful set play. Brilliant header, wasn't it, from Gvardiol?
Certainly was. This the equaliser from Ashraf Dari.
Yeah. See Perisic looking at his keeper there, maybe thinking he could have come. And there's the wonderful goal from Orsic.
That's the goal which, at the moment, would see Croatia finish in 3rd place. But Andrej Kramaric is going to have to be replaced. Well, Nikola Vlasic doesn't look in a huge hurry to come on.
He's upset.
Yeah. Well, again, he's played all 7 matches in the World Cup finals. Andrej Kramaric, just as he did 4 years ago. Nikola Vlasic will be coming on, but the corner kick is taken, headed firmly clear by Livaya, collected by Atiat Allah. Croatia only have 10 on the pitch at the moment, but Morocco have given the ball away. Luka Modric finding Lovro Majer. Mateo Kovacic. It's a free kick. Lovro Majer felled. And Vlasic will come on.
There was actually a chance for Modric in that attack to play Livaya in behind. And I think he must have thought, I'm not sure he's got the pace to get on the end of this, so I'll keep it short.
So Vlasic, who started but was replaced at half-time against Morocco in Croatia's first game at this World Cup finals, comes on with about half an hour to go against Morocco in their last game at these World Cup finals, and is busy trying to negotiate a way into the Moroccan penalty area there, but Amrabat made sure there was none.
Saw Kramaric on the bench there with the ice pack on his hamstring. I think it's probably why he's upset, thinking about he's not going to be fit now when he goes back.
Yeah, thinking about whoever Hoffenheim have next. Unahi, and again Amrabat. Ziyech. Ashraf Hakimi infield to Azzedine Unahi. Here's Unahi again from the Ziyech pass. Couldn't find a red shirt.
That's unlucky.
Lovro Majer. Josko Gvardiol with a lovely little return ball into Lovro Majer. That wasn't the worst pass in the world, but Marco Livaya in the middle didn't have the acceleration to get onto the end of it.
Like Ziyech might be struggling a little bit. His hands on his knees.
We've got two more Moroccan substitutes getting themselves ready. Badr Banoun, central defender, who was the only Moroccan to miss in the shootout victory over Spain, is getting himself ready. And the other is Abdelrazak Hamdallah. And those changes are going to be made now. So join us if you can. If you possibly can, you wouldn't want to miss it. 10-2, the build-up starts for the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. Messi against Mbappe, but it's more than that. It's Argentina against France. 1:50 tomorrow with Gary and the gang on BBC One. Ashraf Dari is forced to go off. Badr Banoun comes on to replace him. Straight positional swap, that one. And Abdelrazak Hamdallah has come on for Sofiane Boufal. Sorry, it's not Hamdallah, it's Anna. They changed it. Anna Sarari, the young Burnley player, has come on. This is Anna Sarari, who replaced Amin Harit when the Marseille man suffered a knee injury just before the tournament. So he literally, I think, 36 hours, before the tournament started, Anna Sarari of Burnley got the call-up to join the squad and is on the pitch for his first taste of World Cup football. That's two Burnley players who've played in this World Cup. Wout Weghorst is the other, still technically a Burnley player.
We'll certainly be hoping for the same impact as he made when he came on.
Yeah. Hakimi. Hakimi's little dink ball in. It's a good one. And Nasiri attacked it, but he had company and had it from Shutala, who did well. ...25 minutes to go. And Naziri again in the middle, Ziyech at the back post, but the cross has faded away behind it now to play for a Croatian goal kick. And now Croatia will make substitutions of their own. Mario Pasalic is going to be coming on, as is Bruno Petkovic, both of whom have had their moments in this tournament. First off is Lovro Majer, and Marko Livaja is also making way. He looked injured. He was the man who was down a moment ago. So Bruno Petkovic comes on, and Mario Pasalic will go and play up front, I would imagine, along with Nikola Vlasic. It's a shake of the head. There's another central defensive injury here. Not sure where they go now, because Jawad El Yamik is saying he can't carry on.
Looks like Amala's coming on.
Salim Amala will be coming on. That's basically all four central defenders now injured for Morocco. Well, Badr Banoun was the fifth and last central defender on the roster. So as El Yamik makes way, he is replaced by Salim Amala of Standard Liège, who is not a defender. He's an attacking midfielder, so we'll see how they reshuffle here.
Amrabat's dropped in with his defensive know-how and capabilities. He's just dropped in alongside Banoun.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Amrabat can do that job all right. Guardiol. Schutelo back to Livakovic. Ivan Perisic. That's going to have to play for a Moroccan throw-in. Do Walid Regragi's side have the resources and the sheer energy to get themselves back into this game again with a little over 20 minutes to play? They certainly have the talent. Badr Banoun. Yahya Atiat Allah. Little flick to Anas Zarari. Salim Amala getting involved, the man who's just come on. That's a foul by Atiat Allah on Modric.
The amazing thing about Modric, he never looks tired. Never gets caught on the ball, always got the strength and awareness to know where people are around him. It's a wonderful trait to have. Fatigue never makes his decisions worse.
I think that little display of petulance has just earned Azzedine Ounahi a yellow card. Modric. Schutelo. Modric. Stanisic getting himself in a little bit of a hole. Shahir for Morocco, and Naziri's in the middle. Unai's edge of the area calling for it. Ilyas Shahir with the cross here. Headed firmly away by Schutelo. Atiat Allah trying to win the ball back, and has fairly done so. It's behind En-Nesyri, cleared away by Ivan Perisic, Kovacic, Josip Schutelo, Josip Stanisic. Goal kick to Croatia. They're going to have a go, Morocco.
Yeah, they're pressing higher, they're committing men more forward. They haven't really been able to test the goalkeeper too many times this half. Of course, there's always that risk. They do start throwing men forward and they get done on the counter, but why not now?
Petkovic with the header. Given away by Sofyan Amrabat. Vlasic. Just rising and curving too much off the right boot.
Yeah, it was worth a go. Not his best effort in the world. Keeper's got it covered.
Amrabat to Benoun. Amala. It could be another European victory in this third-place match, but the noise is coming from the Moroccans still. The 19 previous such matches, 16 have been won by Europeans and 3 by South Americans. Only once has extra time actually been needed. That was back in 1986. If Morocco could find a goal, we may be in for an extra 30 minutes. Atiat Allah.
It's not easy in these last 20 minutes for any of the players, but especially Morocco. They're chasing the game. They've got 3 of the centre-halves injured. And the amount of effort they exerted in the French game with that wonderful performance, it's going to take its toll on these players, especially some of the younger ones.
Hakimi with the throw.
I say younger meaning inexperienced, of course.
Unahi away to Atiat Allah. Little deflection on that cross. Luka Modric. As far as Mario Pasalic lashed away. Hakimi. Petkovic. Going to need a bit of energy from Petkovic and Pasalic, the players who've just come on, because they can't just get sucked into defending too deeply. Petkovic has won a free kick.
Well, I just saw one of the coaches coming off the dug. I think it was Corluka, actually, who used to play against back in the day, but he was encouraging that back four to get up, not drop off too much.
Ziyech. Blocked by Guardiol.
Oh, Reds.
And the confidence to advance and continue a run if anyone cares to give him the ball back. Instead, it's dinked out towards Mislav Orsic here. Orsic, Guardiol, great run. Must be a penalty, is it? No, the referee says not.
It didn't need to go over. What a goal that would have been for the defender.
Well, it was Amrabat with the challenge on Guardiol. Croatian bench has gone absolutely mad. Hakim Ziyech here. Hakimi getting inside the penalty area. Luka Modric is there. Pasalic for Croatia. Almost giving the ball away to Selim Amala. Guardiol is still down inside the Moroccan penalty area, still imploring the referee to change his decision. Atiat Allah for Morocco. Hamdallah's cross. Guardiol's error, and Naziri, brilliant save. Fabulous save by one of the best goalkeepers in this tournament. Dominik Livakovic keeps Croatia in front. Hakimi now, is that a foul by Petkovic? Well, Hakimi has fallen over, not in pain, but in astonishment.
Well, it was a petulant kick out from him. The referee's right. I don't know whether he's got to go back to the original penalty or...
Yeah. Well, obviously the video assistant referee from Chile, Julio Bashunan, will have a look at both incidents. This is Petkovic.
We won't look at that because that's outside the box anyway. this little kick out here.
But Croatia are saying, look at this one.
Oh, he did. He catch him, yeah.
That's a penalty. Well, I'm sorry, Danny, if VAR aren't going to pick up on that, I don't know why they're there, because that is the clearest penalty you will see.
Yep, 100% agree.
That's extraordinary.
It is extraordinary.
That's one of the worst decisions you could hope to see.
Or not hope to see.
Well, yeah, hope not to see. Julio Bascunen, the Chilean official.
Do you know why they didn't give it? Because when he put his foot down, he tried to go on another yard and then he went over. Maybe that's the only reason, but it's a foul. It's enough of a foul.
Well, I'd be interested to hear what our defenders and strikers in the studio make of that. They may have differing views on it, but it looked a penalty to me.
Well, if it had been more elaborate, he would have got the penalty. But I agree with you, penalty. There's the contact.
And what bit of that is not a penalty?
Well, the left foot he tries to then put it down, but collapses underneath there. It's a penalty, 100%.
Ivan Perisic, held up by Petkovic. Ziyech forward, Ilyas Shahir, Azzedine Unahi. Ziyech knocked off the ball by Pasalic, fairly, Petkovic, Modric. I mean, from a neutral point of view, we may get a better end to the game because of it, because it's bubbling up into what could be a real grandstand finish here.
It's a clear and obvious mistake. That's the key. You can see why he was so frustrated now.
Amrabat, who was the man who committed what was deemed not to be a foul. Ziyech. Won by Kovacic. Petkovic is knocked over.
Thankfully, there's not been too many in this World Cup where we've had that kind of huge mistake where we think, wow, they've got that one wrong. There's been a couple, been a few, but
yeah. Well, actually, the Buffal one in the France game when he actually got booked.
Yeah, that was crazy. He should never have got booked, although I'm sure it was a penalty the other way. But that one was obvious. That one was a. Well, I don't know what they've seen to think it's not. Don't understand it. Anyway.
The cross is collected by Bono for Morocco. And Luka Modric has it for Croatia. Popped up out of nowhere, Luka Modric. Error from Mateo Kovacic. Good turn by Selim Amala. Atiat Allah. Zarari. Amrabat.
Interesting to see if Modric would have let Perisic take it.
That's a tough call when it's your last World Cup game.
No. Well, knowing the man Modric is, I think he maybe would have.
Probably Ivan Perisic's last World Cup game as well, but I suppose at 37 he may still be going on. Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech with a cross which is just too high for Ilyas Shahir. Had Modric stood back and allowed Perisic to take a penalty, then that would have been practically the definition of selflessness, which is pretty much what Modric has been for a stellar 20-year playing career.
I don't think it would have surprised any of us if he did.
Well, they are going to make sure that their heroes don't lose any energy in the last 10 minutes, because they're transmitting as much as they can onto the pitch. Petkovic with a header. Amrabat. Badr Benoun knocked off the ball by Petkovic. Shooter. Orsic for Petkovic, looking for Mislav Orsic, might just get there too. Amrabat got it away only as far as Kovacic. Here's Pasalic, that's a good ball. Orsic helps it on its way. Bruno Petkovic here. Petkovic showing it to Benoun, then trying to take it away from it. It's blocked by the Moroccan defender. It's a corner kick to Croatia.
They actually look the team more likely at the moment, don't they? They're playing into Petkovic. Spit it out. Petkovic,
yeah,
using his strength to hold the ball up and bring other players into play.
Well, that's what shouldn't be a penalty. Correct. Because you're it's the arm supporting you on the ground as you fall to the ground. But we saw one given in this tournament, which actually probably ranks up there with that non-penalty here as one of the worst decisions of the World Cup. Orsic with the corner kick. That's a good header by Perisic. It's going to be collected here by Mislav Orsic. Good defending by Amrabat.
You know, I saw that ball coming over to Perisic. His ability to leap, his athleticism, unbelievable. There's only one winner.
And there can only be one winner from this game. And at the moment, it's Croatia. Lovely ball that. Kovacic can't quite get the better of Sofyan Amrabat. There were some great pictures of his brother, actually, Nordin Amrabat, the former Watford man, in the crowd at the semi-final. Floods of tears at the end of the game as Morocco were beaten by the French. Unahi. Ziyech. Deflected by Pasalic to Luka Modric. Modric up to Bruno Petkovic. Foul, says the referee. Card is being waved at Selim Amala, who's not the man who committed the foul, but he's the man who led the protests against the decision.
It's getting a little bit distasteful, isn't it? Foul or no foul, you can't be surrounding the referee and pushing him on the back foot like that. They've got to just calm themselves down. He's not going to change his mind.
Selim Amala is booked. It was all a fairly nondescript foul on Petkovic.
Just caught him with his right elbow, didn't he? Accidentally, but...
Yeah. Well, it was Amala, actually, who committed the foul.
Yeah, it was.
And then led the protests. Whether he was booked for the foul or the protest is the referee's call. Well, Petkovic leaves the field of play momentarily, having had treatment upon it. And we're into the last 5 minutes. That's how close Croatia are to matching their achievement of 1998. It would equal their second best ever World Cup finals, of course, runners-up in Russia. Vlasic. Oh, great ball. Pasalic here. Petkovic is back on the pitch. Azzedine Ounahi finding Sofiane Amrabat. Atiat Allah.
It's actually been a pretty intriguing game. A little bit of trepidation before, as always, when you watch these games, but it's been a decent watch. Both sides giving it a go.
Josko Gvardiol scooped forward in the direction of Petkovic, nicely controlled on his thigh. Pasalic has made a run. Orsic is there too. Mislav Orsic here. Kovacic with a chance.
Oh dear.
And he couldn't take it. And that would have settled the contest.
Well, he got himself in a great position, and we know how good his feet are, Kovacic. I'm sure Chelsea fans will tell you better than I that doesn't always look the most composed in front of goal. Scores the odd worldie, but he's not known for his goal scoring. But got himself in a great position. Just pulled it past the post.
Well, he scored one of the best goals I think I've ever seen with a back-pedalling volley for Chelsea against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But he only has 3 at international level, and this is his 91st cap. That's a great ball. Brought down beautifully, and Nasiri couldn't get there. And the flag goes up now. Great control by Anas Zaroury, the Burnley youngster.
It was tight, wasn't it?
Signed for Burnley from Charleroi in Belgium in the summer. That's the country of his birth, but Morocco is the country of his heart. They think they've done enough. Not quite sure about that. Luka Modric has just knocked the ball away from Morocco, who've been awarded a free kick.
Well, you always know if Luka Modric just kicked the ball away petulantly because it didn't go to someone in the same colour shirt.
Yeah, he doesn't do that by accident. Amala, Atiat Allah. That's going to be a free kick. It might be a yellow card. Must have been close. I think it's going to stay in the pocket. Stanisic with the challenge. Hakim Ziyech with this free kick for Morocco.
It's a high line they've got, Croatia, really high.
They've got 1 minute plus whatever's added on, Morocco.
Oh,
it's
that's
a poor one, headed away by Kovacic.
It was a tired ball, wasn't it? He's had a good tournament, Ziyech, actually. Been really good. Looks a bit leggy now.
Achraf Hakimi turned himself into trouble. Kovacic dispossessed him. Bruno Petkovic now for Croatia. They're more intent on keeping possession than trying to attack. But he has fouled Azzedine Ounahi Petkovic, having failed to keep possession. He's played his side into a spot of bother here. Needs to be a better delivery than the last one. It's played to Achraf Hakimi, who does have a bit of space, has a great right boot too. In goes the cross, it's a good one. Well, they're appealing like crazy.
It's a really good cross.
It was En-Nesyri. Ounahi going to have 6 added minutes, or a minimum of 6. Ziyech, there were better options, I think.
No.
Well, the PA system confirming the addition of 6 added minutes.
No. Hits him on the back.
Yeah.
Good ball in, actually, from Hakimi this time.
Onto the shoulder blade of Petkovic. Pasalic. Stanisic. Atiat Allah for Morocco. It hit Nikola Vlasic, who can't keep the ball in play. Morocco have a throw-in, and around in about 4.5 minutes. Azzedine Ounahi. Sofiane Amrabat. En-Nesyri looked offside, won the header. Ziyech can't reach it, flag goes up. En-Nesyri looked offside because he was, and it's a free kick to Croatia.
Seen the game out pretty well, Croatia. Use their experience, their know-how.
Bono for Atiat Allah. Badr Benoun. Sofiane Amrabat. Atiat Allah's in all kinds of space on the left touchline, and Amrabat has picked him out with a decent ball. Yahya Atiat Allah has support here from Salim Amala. Has the opportunity again, Amala. En-Nesyri looking to attack it, Perisic away. Well played, Ounahi. Very well played, Ounahi. Modric got a block. Petkovic with a clearance. Ounahi's gone down and stayed down, but isn't getting a free kick.
He'll be up. The problem they've got when they put crosses in the box is they've got Perisic and Guardiola, who are both absolutely outstanding in the air.
Ounahi.
Shutalo isn't bad either.
Ziyech getting away from Petkovic. Clever ball in that, it's only half cleared. Collected by Amala, fed to Atiat Allah. Fizzed cross. I don't think anyone in red would have got onto the end of it, but it's a good take by Livakovic. Well, both these nations playing in World Cup finals for the 6th time. Morocco massively exceeding expectations. I'm not sure that all that many people would have had Croatia down to reach the semi-finals again either, actually.
No, I agree. I think they both exceeded expectation. Both can leave this tournament very proud of what they've achieved.
Croatia are going to bring on Eintracht Frankfurt's Christian Jakic. He's a defensive midfielder. And replaces Mislav Orsic, and Jakic will get his first couple of minutes of World Cup football. Could be that Mislav Orsic has scored the winning goal in this third-place match. It's a free kick to Morocco. 6 minutes were indicated, 5 have been played. Hakim Ziyech. Is that a foul by Guardiola? It's not. It's Amrabat. Ziyech. Looking for Atiat Allah. Stanisic getting across for Croatia. Atiat Allah. Needs a good cross. En-Nesyri climbs! And is that close to taking this game to an extra half hour.
Well, it's the first time he's out-jumped Perisic. What's a header? Just can't get over it enough. Gets up early, out-jumps him, just talking about the aerial ability of Perisic. Brilliant effort, wasn't it? So unlucky for En-Nesyri.
They're ready to celebrate, almost as if they'd won the World Cup itself. But it is third place and bronze for Croatia. Matching the achievement of their first ever World Cup finals back in 1998. When a truly great Croatian side finished third after semi-final defeat. Well, the current incarnation has matched that. They couldn't quite go all the way this time. Morocco have gone way beyond where anybody expected them to be, but they couldn't quite find the equalising goal that would have taken this to extra time. Some incriminations at the referee from the Moroccans, which is a shame.
This is too much, too much.
Walid Regragui tries to calm his players down, and successfully so. It's been a brilliant tournament for Morocco, but it's Croatia's day today as it finishes in the Khalifa. Croatia 2, Morocco 1.